Hello. Hello, my globe runner. How has the running been for you? It has been great for me. I'm having allergy attack. I'm under the siege of allergy. The pollens are infecting my system, nostrils, and all that. So don't be grossed out if you hear these guys go. I'm not crying. I'm just having allergies that have been invading my system. I've been using a lot of ginger. I've been using a lot of lemon, honey, and some over-the-counter medication, Sudafed. My lady prescribed that to me legally as a pharmacist. So I'm okay. I'm in safe hands. Don't wish me all the recovery. There's some people who are suffering more. And my sister really doesn't. She was here for one time and she ran away from Northwest saying, "Oh my gosh, allergies are destroying me." No, he had no joy visiting with us after a while. Anyway, feel for her. She had to exit. But I'm back. The Globe Runner is back. I'm trying to get used to my new logo. I got used to Korea, which I kind of miss right now because it was becoming more natural. You got to adapt. You got to go global, my friend. That's what I'm doing. Talking of global, how was your weekend? I think in football we have these friendlies around the world. I'm not even watching that. Athletics, a few things are happening on the road. That's fine. But my conversation to you is let's cross the pond. Let's go to Hungary. The capital city of Hungary is Budapest. You got your geographic knowledge for free. That's why you stopped by. You took a risk. You subscriber. By the way, love it. I like the numbers. I love the community. I like how close knit we are. I'd appreciate more viewing. I'd appreciate more comments. And those like buttons are always incredible. But let's go to Budapest. Let's hang around Budapest for a minute. What is democracy anyway? That's a question. I was in a Save Democracy protest of No King protest in Portland. Massive, 50,000 maybe showed up, or maybe 40. I don't know the numbers. It was an avalanche of a crowd. The energy was good. Uh, People are questioning freedom. I like that. I think when you fall asleep on anything, some people take it and hijack it to suit their agenda. I think it's good to be active, not just in your mind, but at least show some effort. It was my first protest I participated in. I felt I was part of a global family that is trying to protect the sacredness of freedom, which is a big thing, by the way. I think we take it for granted as a people until you go to Hungary and Budapest and the Prime Minister Orban. And one of the things about Hungary that I've always had a friend from Hungary. They talk about how rich the culture is. And now it's been, historically the classical music. There was a movie Budapest, I think. Budapest Hotel. Do I remember that? Is that the movie? I don't know. Something like that. And so we have this affinity. We have this nostalgia about the past. And people talk of, give me that old time religion. Old time religion? Really? You want that old time religion? And talking of religion and talking of what it promotes sometimes, I'm wrestling with the book Slaves in the Family by a very interesting guy. I'm reading that book, and to see how Christianity or how religion has been used to promote certain heinous, horrible things in slavery that was, and how it was perpetuated and glamorized and pretty much baptized, that the book that some of us read, the Bible, seems to give a nod to slavery. Does it? Really? It says it's okay to own somebody, that a human being is a real estate, is a property to be sold, shipped around, used, abused. Is it? Is that what the Bible says? Eh, all right, let's go to Budapest. Budapest, Prime Minister. Why am I here? Because Sebastian Coe, the president of World Athletics, believes that in Budapest, in the dictator of Orban, in the tyranny And the totalitarian leadership of this guy who's been in power for what? I don't know how long now, is seeking another term on the 12th of April. Sebastian Coe believed Budapest, the capital of Hungary, is a natural partner in athletics as we look forward to the ultimate championship. Natural partner with Orban, the prime minister, who has suffocated democracy and freedom in that country. This is a natural partner? Really? I guess so. You are Sebastian Coe, and you come from UK, United Kingdom, the empire, the colonials. So he's a natural partner. It's nostalgia for you. You going back home. These are the people you want to be in bed with. These are the people who can massage your backside because they remind you of your natural partner that you exported around the world and genocidally destroyed people in Africa and my country. And this is your natural partner, Sebastian Coe. You forgetting what Orban has done to Hungary over the years. There's only one TV station in Hungary. It's a Fox News. And Christians are flocking that country saying, this is how we should look like. Christians? Really? I haven't been there. I don't plan to be there. But they believe this is the epitome. This is the best example we can have on how to have a dictator who can moralize. Theocracy is a new form of leadership. And yet we look down at countries like Iran, Saudi Arabia. What kind of theocracy that is? But if it's a Christian theocracy where LGBTQ are being detained, jailed, and harassed in a country, that is what God wants us to do. And this is for Sebastian Coe, the natural partner, as we go there for the ultimate championship. By the way, Budapest is the host of many of athletics sports championship you can look back at. And yet, the people of that country can barely breathe. Yep, it's a natural partner. Just giving you something to think about because I'm moving on to London, and mostly I'm moving on to Scotland. And the newly crowned 3K champion, Josh Kerr, another Brit, is speaking loud and clear. And who is listening? Am I listening? He is confident. He is bold. He's been re-energized. He's reignited. He's rebooting his career. He had some setbacks with an injury in Tokyo. He went to Albuquerque, did some 8/400s, 54, 55 with 90 seconds recovery. What? Are you nuts? That's his training. And now he has his eye on Rabat. He has his eye in Morocco, who just hosted AFCON and now being awarded the cup by an arbitrary system of courts. He's looking at the GOAT, Al Garouj, world record in the mile 3:43. And do you know what he said? That record is mine to break. Josh Guy is speaking a lot. Maybe he's inspired by the Queen, Kelly Atchison, who said a few weeks ago or a few days ago, remember? That is my world record of 800 meters indoor. And she delivered. Josh Kerr is like, okay, the Queen is back. She needs a king. And who is the king? Josh Kerr. He wants to move into the monarchy, Buckingham Palace, with the mile world record. In fact, he's so bold and almost arrogant that he wants people to have a conversation of 1,500 meters or the mile in the same breath as Roger Bannister, the first man to break 4 minutes in the mile. Back in the days, he wants to be in the same table with Sebastian Coe, Steve Cram, Steve Ovett, and the legends of middle distance back in the days. These guys, like, I belong on that table or the Hall of Fame depending on what's going to happen to his career. In fact, it's like, you know what? This year, there's no championship, no Olympics. By the time I get to 30 years old, it will be LA Olympics. It's like, well, let's get it going right now. I'm prime. Let's go break the 343 mile time that was done 27 years ago by Al Garouj in Rome. Is he being arrogant? I don't think I want to dismiss this guy because every time he has spoken, he has followed up with big time, big performance. I'm not dismissing him. I'll be cautious about the mile though. His best time right now is 3:45. Is the Britain record. That is what, 2 seconds away from 3:43. It's possible. Like I told you, the training in Albuquerque of 54, 55 with 90 seconds recovered is insane. This guy has what it takes. And right now he's speaking in language that is very Elliot-like, Kipchoge. He's like, he's in the zone, the twilight zone. He's dealing with this coach whom he's calling a Zen master. That during the Olympics, he could not hear himself. He could not hear the crowd. All he could hear were the footsteps of the competition. And he got a medal. Silver medal? Yes, silver medal. He got a silver medal. Okay? This guy's legit. He's in the twilight zone. He's speaking well. By the way, I don't mind this at all. These are the people we need in track and field. Honestly, I'm a big fan right now. He even goes as far as declaring himself the best 1500 meters runner. In this time, in this stage of his career, he's saying he's the best. I'm looking around, I'm thinking, I'm like, he could be right. Jacob Engbleston is hanging his leg somewhere rehabbing him. Who else is close? Cole Hawker. He just night-nighted him the other day in 3K. Okay, who else? Nugush? No, Nugush was fourth. Let me see. I'm trying to scratch my head. It could be at the highest apex of his career right now. But will he break the mile in London in July? Will he? By the way, don't forget the last time he raced in London, he got humbled by a teenager in that 15. Was it the mile? Yeah, he got humbled in front of the crowd. I forgot the name of the, was it Koech? I forgot his last name, his first name. The Kenyan, the young teenager humbled him in London last time we saw him racing there. But he says, I'm going back there to resurrect my career in front of my Brits, my countrymen and women. Will he do it? I'm giving him a very 80% kind of a ratio right now or rating going into London. And for me, when people talk like this, they are seeing their career closing out. They are seeing a sunset in running. And at 30 years old, as you say in LA, he might not be at his prime. He might be at his prime right now. And what he's saying could be legit. I mean, as like I say, he's following in the footsteps of Kelly. Actually, by the way, Kelly is talking of the outdoor world record that I told her to do it. I recommended that. So no, I didn't. I think she at her prime right now, at the shape she's in, she should go for it. The 153. This guy, Josh Kerr, going for 343. Well, there's one thing you know. He has about, let's see, now it's talking of July. We are in April. So he has about 2 months to sharpen his tools. It's possible. And by the way, what I like about him is that he's collaborating with his sponsors, Brooks. There's Brooks, New Balance. We came from Nike Project for the 4 minute that Faith Kipyegon tried with Nike. Didn't work out. It was a good attempt. So companies are figuring out things that they want to work on to promote. One thing is their product. And one thing I'm noticing too about these athletes is a shoe is becoming an X factor. It's becoming a big factor. It's a huge ingredient in racing these days. And apparently Brooks is designing a shoe specifically for this guy. His weight, his height, his size of the feet, of course, and the components that make that shoe just for Josh Kerr. Is that cheating? Is that enhancing? Is that boosting something? Is that natural? Just a question I threw out there. I did. Is technology, combination of technology and human beings, an enhanced performance? Mm, the shoe, it has to be ratified. It has to be cleared by World Athletics. There's something they look at to see whether it measures up to what a shoe should look like. You don't want people to be running on rollerblades. I did. Yeah, rollerblades. Yeah. So it seems that he's working with a big group of people. They are all focused. They are looking forward to breaking this record. Will Al Garouj record of 27 years come down in London? Wow, I'm still at 80. In fact, I might even drop to 70. Because that record, if you look at it closely, it's not an easy record. That's why it's been around. But I said before, records are there to be broken. Will it go to Britain? Was Al Garouj an exceptional runner? That's a record that has been withstood a long time. And even Jacob tried it. He fell short. 345 is Joshua. Will he do it? He's speaking like a man in third heaven. Maybe he's inspired. Maybe it's a spiritual thing for him. Maybe he's gonna get some wings from third heaven and fly and go 342. It's possible. Anything is possible. But I'm looking forward to this event in London. It's gonna be a Diamond League. He's physically fit for me. Mentally, it looks to me is above anybody else. He has gone as far as saying, I want this pacemaker. I want this guy to pace me. I want this kind of shoe. He's dictating those things. That's good. Let's see whether. Let me say something that worries me about London. London is very unpredictable weather-wise. Can I drop that there? It rains like it's annoyingly wet. That is a consideration. He wants to do it in his home crowd, but his home crowd might be leaking, literally, in rain. That could be a concern. That's why Rome was perfect. Rome never rains a lot compared to London. I think for me, should have gone more south a little bit of Europe to break this record. London looks like he wants to showcase himself before the crowd. And the last time he was there, he was humiliated. He wants to redeem himself. Maybe that's what he's thinking. I don't know. But if you want to break the world record, you want to go to a place that's warm, not very windy, and the elements are not against you. That's just my suggestions right now. But this guy is talking well. He has a swagger. I don't see competition around him. And I don't think for that race they're going to put anybody to interfere with his plans. They're going to just set it up for him, go those lights on the track, and see what happens. Looking forward to this one. I think it caught my attention. The reading on the Times is too long for me to share what he's saying. But I'm looking forward to seeing whether Al Garouj 343 in Rome 27, 29 years ago will go down in London. London? Yeah. All right, Joshka, let's see how you do it. I feel better. Thank you guys for listening. I always comment. Do you think Joshka has the potential? Does he have what it takes to break this record? What is your thinking? Or you weren't even born when that record was broken by Al Garouj. I suspect some of you are not. But if you are and you know the history of track and field, the mile record is not as easy. For him to break it, he has to go 55's average lap 400 meters. That is not easy, my friend. Back to back 55 is not easy. You are looking at 151 at least for the 800. And then, is he going to hold on? Because at a certain point, he has to be by himself. That's the big question. We'll look at it later as time goes and see what it looks like. Maybe break it down a little bit for me. But Joshka is talking well. He's speaking well. It's good for track and field that he's speaking like this. It's getting my attention. Hopefully it gets your attention. If it does, give me a comment or 2 or 3. Talk to you later, my friend. Is Globe Runner back in the air, feeling better. Blessed.